One Piece. Story was made by Eiichiro Oda. Chapter 13. Treasure. The aftermath of the attack left Luffy standing, seemingly unharmed. The mayor, astonished by his resilience, couldn't help but express his disbelief. "Wow! How are you still alive, kid?" he exclaimed with awe. Nami, still grappling with shock, chimed in, echoing the mayor's sentiment. "Yeah, how in the world are you alive?" she questioned. Perplexed by their reaction, Luffy responded calmly. "Is that a bad thing?" he asked, trying to make sense of their astonishment. Nami gestured towards the demolished house nearby. "You were blasted clear through an entire house and don't have a scratch on you. It's freakish," she exclaimed. Nonchalantly, Luffy placed his hand on his hat, shrugging off the extraordinary feat. "I'm fine with that," he replied. The old man couldn't contain his curiosity any longer. "Why are you even here, anyway? What's your connection to those pirates?" he inquired. Without missing a beat, Luffy replied with a wide grin. "If you need a reason, I just came up with one," he declared. "I want that map to the Grand Line and a navigator," he stated. As the conversation unfolded, the dog stationed nearby began to bark vehemently, sensing danger. The dog's barking intensified as Richie, accompanied by Moji, inched closer to the pet shop. Moji, intrigued by the dog's protective behavior, the beast tamer turned to Shushu, seeking an explanation. "What's with the dog? Is it trying to keep us from entering that store?" he asked curiously. The dog continued barking, holding its ground against the approaching intruders. The beast tamer, growing annoyed, commented, "Don't tell me that you're a guard dog for this tiny little shop," he sneered with skepticism. As the tension mounted, the lion growled menacingly, challenging the dog's defiance. However, the barks grew louder, trying to defend his beloved home. In a swift motion, the pink-maned lion swatted its massive paw at Shushu, leaving a bloody bruise on the dog's face and sending it tumbling away. Shushu fought against the force, managing to halt his slide, and growled in rage, furious at the unfairness of the situation. Meanwhile, Moji and Richie reached the porch of the shop, triumphantly crossing the dog's boundary. But as the dog continued barking, it recalled memories of its time spent together with its master, the one who had entrusted it with guarding the shop. "Look, Shushu, it's finished," the storekeeper had once praised. "Starting today, let's work together to make this pet food shop a success," he had proposed, his words filled with hope. Shushu had acknowledged his master's trust and made a promise to protect their shared dream. Now, with a sudden leap, Shushu raced towards Richie, clenching its teeth onto the lion's leg. However, the lion looked at the dog with disgust and threw it against the window, shattering the glass. The memories of Shushu's unwavering loyalty flooded back as the dog refused to back down, holding onto its treasured memories. Amidst the chaos and fierce battle, Shushu's mind wandered back to moments shared with his master. He remembered conversations they had while bathing together, the storekeeper's words of encouragement during slow sales, and their playful banter about eating dog food. Sitting down with his master, his loyal and casual-dressed friend Boodle approached. Sensing his companion's hardship, Boodle made a compassionate offer. "Looks like you have it rough. All right, I'll eat it. Sell it to me," he said, displaying a camaraderie that only true friends share. Shushu and his master laughed together with amusement. "I guess if you look like a dog, you might as well eat dog food, Chief." Boodle's attempt at sympathy didn't go unnoticed, as the mayor jokingly scolded him, "I was trying to give you a little sympathy, idiot," revealing their close-knit friendship. On the balcony above, Richie and Moji tried to approach the entrance, only to be met with Shushu's unwavering resistance. Bloodied and beaten, the white dog stood firm, his fangs bared in defiance. Even in the face of defeat, Shushu refused to surrender, holding on to his treasure and the memories of his owner. Moji, impressed by the dog's indomitable willpower, couldn't help but comment on it. "Oh, brave, he's still standing his ground. What, is your favorite food in there?" he asked mockingly. Shushu's mind wandered once again, back to the cherished moments spent with his master. Memories of their triumphs and struggles filled his thoughts. The joy of selling pet food, the scolding for devouring the merchandise, the pride and joy his master took in him. And above all, he remembered the promise made, his master entrusting him with the responsibility of the shop while he was hospitalized. Fueled by his treasure, Shushu barked defiantly, leaping forward to engage the frustrated lion in battle once again, refusing to let his owner's legacy be forgotten. Luffy, having concluded his conversation with the mayor, decided, "I'm going to go check on Zoro. I think that weird costume guy was looking for him," he casually said. The mayor, realizing the peril that awaited him, urgently warned Luffy to stop. "Stop, you fool! That lion will eat you for sure this time!" he shouted, his voice filled with concern and fear. As the lion tightened its grip on a bag of pet food, Moji inspected his hand, blood oozing from the teeth marks left by Shushu's bite. Anger painted his face as he complained about the audacity of the shopkeeper for leaving a guard dog to thwart their progress. "That damn dog bit me! Look at this! I'm bleeding! The shopkeeper sure has some nerve, leaving a guard dog to stop me," he grumbled as they both walked off. As Luffy approached the pet store ready for an attack, shock washed over him as he beheld the sight before him. The once vibrant and lively shop was now engulfed in raging flames, reducing it to a pile of ash. Shushu, devastated by the loss of his greatest treasure, howled in tears, watching as the fire burned brightly before him with the memory of his beloved master haunting his every cry. The pet store, his promised heartfelt treasure, is now reduced to a wall of flames. Recalling how the white dog honors his master, Luffy watches Shushu as it cries helplessly against the inferno. The sun cast long shadows as Moji and his loyal lion Richie walked away from the store. Their casual stroll was interrupted when they came face to face with a familiar figure standing defiantly in their path. It was Luffy, his arms folded across his chest, radiating confidence. Moji, driven by murderous intent, couldn't contain his surprise. "Hey, it's you? But didn't I already kill you?" he proclaimed with arrogance. Luffy responded calmly, "You can't kill me that easily. I'm a rubber man after all." The beast tamer scoffed at Luffy's claim, mocking his supposed luck. "Rubber man?" he sneered. "Now you've got quite some luck, I'll give you that. But I think you must have hit your head. I mean, you're talking nonsense." With a swift motion, Moji leaped off Richie's back and commanded the lion to attack. "Showing your face here again was a huge mistake!" His voice filled with rage. "Chomp his head off!" But Luffy, bracing himself, countered Moji's threat. He twisted both of his hands in a spiral as if forming a spring. "You think a puny lion can kill me?" he challenged, a mischievous grin forming on his face. Moji's eyes widened in disbelief as Luffy's hands grasped the edges of Richie's majestic mane. "What? What the? His hands!" Moji yelled. Luffy's voice boomed as the lion spun in circles. "Gomu Gomu no!" he yelled. His words trailed off as he leaned forward, slamming Richie onto the ground with a powerful blow. "Hammer!" As Richie crashed to the ground, Moji's world shattered. "Richie? What? Just what? The hell are you?" he cried out, his voice filled with a mix of horror and confusion. Luffy revealed. "I ate the rubber fruit when I was a kid," he explained. Moji, trembling with fear, realized the gravity of the situation. "The rubber fruit? Then you have a devil fruit power just like Captain Buggy." Panicked, Moji offered anything and everything to save himself. "Oh, okay, I'll give you as much treasure as you want. Please forgive me. I'm sorry," he desperately pleaded. But Luffy, with a burning hatred in his eyes, knew that no amount of treasure could undo the past. "There's no more need to apologize," he declared, his voice cold. "Nothing you can possibly do will bring that dog's treasure back now. I came back here to kick your ass." Quickly stretching his arm, Luffy seized Moji's white fur coat. "Learn your lesson," he declared, his arm retracting back towards him with the beast tamer. "Stop!" Moji bellowed, his cries falling on deaf ears. Luffy's right hook connected with devastating force, smashing Moji's head into the unforgiving ground. The pet store lay in ruins, consumed by a pile of ash. As the smoke billowed into the sky, Shushu, the dog who had once called it home, watched in sorrow and despair. Nami, accompanied by the mayor, stood in silence, her face contorted with disgust. They're all the same. Pirates are all the same. They just take everything people hold dear, she spat out. Luffy, entering the scene, caught the brunt of Nami's animosity. I see you're alive, pirate. I was certain you would be eaten by that lion, she sneered. Boodle, unable to remain silent, interjected, Hey, how can you say that? But Nami, fueled by her hatred for pirates, refused to back down. She was about to confront Luffy when the mayor stepped in, holding her tightly, preventing her from striking out. I'll kill you here and now before you get the chance to gather crewmates and attack towns like this one, Nami hastily yelled, her voice filled with a seething rage. The mayor, desperate to restore order, intervened. Hey, stop it, girl, he pleaded, his words falling on deaf ears. Luffy, observing her for a brief moment, retorted, As if you could beat me. Pissed off, Nami's voice thundered, What? Let's find out, shall we? Boodle, trying to calm the situation, pleaded, Would you two cut it out already? Undeterred, Luffy walked away from the commotion. Luffy approached Shushu. He placed a bag of pet food promptly in front of the white dog. Nami watched with surprise, her anger momentarily quelled. Luffy sat down, crossing his legs, engaging in a heartfelt exchange with the dog. This was the only thing left. He ate all the rest, Luffy said. Nami, observing the scene, felt a flicker of confusion. He went to fight that lion, just for the dog, she thought to herself. Luffy, his voice filled with warmth, praised Shushu's bravery. You did good! You put up quite a fight, he exclaimed, his words conveying genuine respect. Shushu grabbed his food as he left his post and walked off. The dog glanced back at Luffy, barking its gratitude for the Straw Hat Boy's deeds. Luffy, with a smile on his face, reassured the dog, Yeah, good luck to you too. Nami, still grappling with her conflicting emotions, couldn't help but wonder why Luffy acted in such an unexpected manner, defying the stereotypes of a typical pirate. On top of the pub, Buggy, the eccentric captain of a crew of misfits, questioned the unbelievable news. Moji was defeated, he exclaimed. His crew, echoing his shock, confirmed the news. Yes, Captain, they responded in unison. Buggy's laughter erupted, a cacophony of madness and triumph. Prepare all the remaining special Buggy balls, he commanded, his voice a mix of excitement and malice. This joke is over. We're gonna blow this town to smithereens. I'll wipe it clear off the map.